Hey, gifted moms and gifted dads. I'm coming to you today with a conversation about genetic testing. What are your thoughts about genetic testing as it's trending right now for mental health, diagnosis, and effective treatment? What are your thoughts on that? Comment below, give me your thoughts on that. And the reason why is because I came across an article of a psychiatrist who is really like swearing by it, and has been working for the longest with genetic testing. So it's just a saliva swab that they capture, and then they run a complete comprehensive genetic analysis on the child or the mom. And basically what they do is they help naturally with this knowledge treat ADHD or just enhance executive functioning, which, as you know, is one of my interests. So I dug a little bit onto that, and I found one doctor, Dr. Kerr, and I have his work links in the blog, right, in my next blog, so you can read a little bit what he does. Basically, he's telling us the story of an ADHD patient who was struggling for the longest with medication and other things, and after they tested her, they found she was low on a protein that's called BDNF. So BDNF is a gene actually that calls for a protein. The gene is present in your brain and in your spinal cord, and it calls for protein production. That protein, what it does, it's called the brain neuron fertilizer by Dr. Kerr, and you'll see why. Basically what it does, it allows neurons, which neurons are the cells in your brain, it allows neurons to mature, to multiply, to have a healthy life cycle. And it allows neurons to connect through synapses. So, the connection, the integration within the brain is enhanced by BDNF. And so this protein that's in the brain that's allowing for a very healthy brain neurology, that protein is low in certain people, either genetically or because of environment, and we'll see later why. So it's definitely good news because you can identify with a non-invasive procedure something that's on your brain that's creating impact on other areas of your life. And so he's telling the story of this girl who's this teenager who's coming in having tried a variety of different medications and it never worked, and they test her and they find she's very low on BDNF. So BDNF stands for brain-derived neurotrophic. And so so she's found to have low BDNF, and well, if this is accountable for neuroplasticity and level of learning and memory, of course she's gonna have issues at school. So they identify that, they get to the root cause right away, like a week after, and they put her on this diet, exercise schedule, and what else was changed? Sleep pattern, like different sleep pattern, just making sure that she was getting enough sleep. So it's it's a lifestyle optimization that's absolutely doable, right? So they put her on that, and 3 months later she's coming back radiant, happy, and proud of her report card, and just enhanced completely because of that knowledge. So it got me thinking. I was like, okay. And I read about how in the world, maybe not in the US, but in other countries, genetic testing is becoming big, but for other reasons that people want to predict what happens with their child, if their baby's going to be high performing or whatever, which I find, everybody can consider what they want. I'm very respectful of other people's thoughts. It's just not something that I would pursue. So genetic testing helping understand if BDNF is low in your brain can put together a plan, a very simple plan with lifestyle optimization. So it could be, in this case, so in my blog, you could see the Harvard Health is quoting that a very intensive exercise schedule, 5 times a week, is actually the best way to up your BDNF. So the BDNF is that protein that helps with neurobiology in your brain, and also so it's learning, it's memory, and it's also mood regulation. So as you can tell, it's executive functioning, right? As far as I'm concerned. So BDNF can be enhanced thanks to that, to exercise. And it's sort of like in the article you'll see in my blog, it says that when you exercise and you move around, you're actually working, you're using more brain neurons. And so doing that, you're actually provoking BDNF to create more, and to keep your brain activity at optimal stage, right? So there's a variety of things you could do to enhance BDNF. Exercise is the absolute best. It's free. It doesn't come in a pill, but still, it's amazing to know. Neuroplasticity, right? So you're not stuck in the brain you have, with the neurons you have, with the neurology you have. You can absolutely change. It's, epigenetics. It's like epigenetics concept is to say that you do come with a genetic luggage, but you can change it. And what changes it? It's the environment. It's your processes that you do every day. It's your social emotional relationship. It's your nutrition, your exercise, your lifestyle, right? So that's exciting. I like that because it puts me in charge, right? I'm responsible for that. And so 30 minutes of moderate to intense exercise is upping your BDNF and then solving all of the executive functioning issues we find these days. So apply to parenting. As always, I always try to apply things to parenting. When you think about your child being confined home with social isolation, with just you to relate to, so it's not easy. And one of the things that actually is impairing BDNF is social isolation, which is something that we cannot relate, right now is happening based on COVID and being stranded at home. But social isolation is one of the things that takes your IBDF down. So what to do, right? So there's other things that could actually help. It's meditation, it's breath work. So there's actually a method for breathing, like a breathing method that's been shown and demonstrated to help with BDNF. And it's the Wim Hof method. You can look it up, and I'll put the link also in the blog. The Wim Hof method is actually a way you breathe that really enhances BDNF production and activation of neurons and synapses in your brain. So deep breathing, meditation, exercise, and sunlight. Sunlight is the other thing I want to talk about, specifically for parenting. There's other things we could talk about for us moms. Intermittent fasting is one because it allows your body to really cleanse of toxins and the toxins that are everywhere in your brain as well. So that is amazing. But for your child, I was really thinking more about like sunlight, really making sure the kid gets outside and plays a little bit outside and has enough exposure to vitamin D and sunlight. So the idea is also that some other studies have linked low BDNF with what they called impaired BDNF. They've linked that to actual anxiety and disruptive behavior. So, which we all see is happening as well right now because of the stress that's built up, has to get a way of getting out, either internally with anxiety or externally with disruptive behaviors. So the idea is when you understand that BDNF is linked, or impaired BDNF is linked to anxiety and disruptive behaviors, anxiety attacks and disruptive behaviors, then you could really make it a plan to enhance this protein in your brain, in your child's brain, and sort of like take the front seat in our health, like be super conscious about the importance of things in your brain, in your lifestyle, being super conscious about like benefits of enhancing BDNF, how to improve it in our brains, in our child's brains, and also take like a responsible approach, because how would you like to feel and control your health and feel proactively working towards a better lifestyle, a better well-being, a better mental health? How would you feel about that, right? And the reality is, neurosciences have shown that it's possible. You're not living and dying with the same brain. You're just not. And so BDNF discoveries and recent studies have shown that by enhancing that, you can definitely take charge and, eliminate or mitigate the anxiety attacks, the disruptive behavior, the brain fog, all of the executive functioning issues that we see happening and multiplying these days. And so the idea is to really be in a front seat and take that approach to wealth, to health, which is wealth, right? Your health is your wealth. It's interesting association, but to me it is, my health is my wealth. But so yes, conscious co-creation of your health through BDNF enhancement. So I hope you like this one, and share it with your friends, with somebody who might need it, and comment below. Let us know if you're ready to enhance BDNF and what are your next steps, and what do you feel would be great for you to start thinking about, and for you to start brainstorming on what could be done to enhance BDNF in your life and your child's life. Okay, I'll see you very soon. Take care now.